Good morning, outdoorsnists. I think this will be the kickoff for the section I call going home. Alright, outdoorsnists, 50% battery means you're out of battery. Yeah, it was chilly last night. I had to put on clothes and use a blanket and all that fun stuff. You know what bugs me about this stress stop though is I pulled in here and there's these two very young cats just kind of frolicking around the whole thing. And I really hope they weren't like dumped here, because that would be awful. But I don't know, they seem kind of skittish, like I don't know, maybe they just live here. I don't know. They wouldn't be the first cats I've seen in a rest area, so I don't know what the deal is with that. Maybe there's something I need to Google, rest stop cats. Anyway, it is like early in the morning, so I'm gonna head to Denver and hopefully wake up between now and then. Hey, outdoorsnists. It's like 10:30. We're at the rest stop just outside of Colby, Kansas. About 4 hours out of Denver. I think I drove 5 hours into Denver, so whatever those two numbers are together is how long I've been on the road. Maybe a little bit longer. I had a lovely meeting with my friend Michelle in Denver. Yeah. Got some lunch. I bummed around Denver while she did some work stuff, and then we got a drink. It's great. Caught up on old times. I tell you, I've been out here. What's the date? I've been out here 20 days, and it was very, very good to see a familiar, friendly face and have a talk. It was, refreshed my soul. I'm very tired right now. Yeah, I knew Michelle from years ago when she was she was my editor at the paper. She gifted me a gift bag full of snacks and goodies and things like that. So I think I'm gonna eat the sandwich for a quick dinner and then hope it wasn't in the van long enough to develop food poisoning. I don't think so. I think we're fine. And then I'm going to go straight to bed and then hopefully be up in the morning sometime and off on my way. I don't know how. I need to get an oil change done tomorrow. I know that. I might do that in Colby or whatever it's called. So, yeah, I was going to say more, but no, I'm going to bed. So, good night. Good morning, outdoorsnists. Passed an uneventful night in the rest area. It's like about 7:45 now. Just got some breakfast in me. The oil change place doesn't open for another 15 minutes, but I think I'm just going to head over and just park in their lot and wait till they open up. Get that taken care of. And then it turns out, I thought this was going to be a long, very boring drive home, but one of the things I half wanted to see is actually not far off my route here, so I think after we get the oil all taken care of, we'll head and see that, and then plan our journey from there. So that's kind of what we're gonna do. All right, so the Quick Lube service center in, I don't know where we are, Colby, Kansas, says it opens at 8 on Saturday. 8:05. Nobody is here. So I'm gonna head to where I'm headed, and hopefully by then somebody will be open to do an oil change. I'll just do it up there. So bye-bye. That's a big ball of twine. Let's go look at it. I read somewhere that this is the product of some kind of like national advertising campaign. They I forget, I don't know any facts on it, I didn't research it, but there's like, you hear about it like the world's largest teapot, the world's largest thermometer. They did a bunch of things like this all over the so-called flyover states. This is a thing to get people to come to places and see it. Can you touch it? I don't see no touching. Touch the ball of twine. We're gonna walk around the whole ball of twine. How long will it take us? Let's time it. I counted 26 seconds in my head. I don't know what it will be on the video, but almost half a minute to walk around that ball of twine. Couldn't jump over it. I don't think so. What's the date today? I think it's the 21st. Quote me on that. Yep, 21st. Do. 9/21 24. Alright, I use my government name, so. Anyway. I don't, whatever. Okay, cool. I'm gonna get some photos with it, and fortunately I saw some places a couple minutes down that way that look like they'll do an oil change, so I'm gonna go do that after this. And then, after that, I think I'm headed towards Kansas City. I think I'm gonna get a hotel somewhere around there, like a cheap one just for the night, just to shower off, because I've been living out of the rest areas for 3 days now. Yeah, you start to develop a funk. So. Here we have some Twine facts. Frank Stober, Frank and Mary. Okay, he burned it. Maybe that story I told you about traction is actually nonsense. Okay, looks like it's as old as the 60s. Okay, commercial probe. Okay, yeah. They donated it. Guinness World Records. Okay, yeah, so what I told you was a little off. Fantastic. Blue gazebo. Okay. Defeated the other ball. Okay, so there was a battle of the twine balls at one point, it looks like. 2003, oh man, that was forever ago. Add your own twine ball. Only genuine sisal twine is allowed. I didn't bring any sisal twine. Okay, it's like there's like a battle. This is maybe even bigger than it used to be. Okay, that's interesting. Looks like we got memorial benches too. This might be how they like pay for it. I don't know that for a fact. But... well, that's neat. Okay. My Googlings told me there was a weird museum down the road, but we think I'm gonna get my oil handled before I do anything else. So, all right. Outdoors in this, that was the world's largest ball of twine. No cross-country North American road trip would be complete without a stop there, I don't think. So, anyway, let's get our wheels ride checked out. All right, long story short, we ain't getting oil changed anywhere around here today. So, yeah, let's head towards Kansas City. I think it can take some more miles, but first chance we get, we're gonna do that. So, gonna get a hotel near Kansas City, and then yeah, hopefully maybe get oil changed around there. Maybe somebody works in the weekend, I don't know, but we'll see. So, nothing to do but go. Hey, outdoors nests. I just packed into the van again after leaving the Best Western across from the Children's Mercy Park, it's called. As you can see, there's a bit of a drizzle, so that should be fun. We're headed towards a Cracker Barrel near Indianapolis. Barring that, there's a rest area outside of it. That's about almost 8 hours from here, so I should be hitting there about dinner time, so that hopefully will time well. And then I think the next stop is actually my brother's house, so I should be getting home, well, not home, but you know, back a little early at any rate, so with any luck. Yeah, that's about the size of it. Nothing much to report about a stay in a hotel. So. All right, let's hit the road. All right, outdoorsness, we've reached the Cracker Barrel in or around Indianapolis. I'm not sure, but anyway. Yeah, long drive. I'm gonna go in, ask if they allow overnight parking, and then have dinner if they do, and then try to hit the hay early and then be up and away as soon as I can, because I think it's like a 10-hour day tomorrow, which is a long time, but that'll put me in my brother's house and I can relax from there. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I was able to get the oil changed in Kansas City. I was gonna go to Firestone, but they couldn't get me in until the next day, so I said, is there anybody else that can do it? They sent me to Jiffy Lube. I got it all done in Jiffy Lube, got the air filter replaced. I noticed leaving Kansas City, the air conditioning no longer functions, the cold air. Maybe that'll resolve, I don't know, but I'm glad that happened now and not 3 weeks ago. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go in and hopefully get this show on the road here. All right, outdoors. This is the last night in this van. Maybe I've pined on this before, but part of me is gonna miss it, I think. It's cozy. There's no air. So I'm gonna have to break out the fan, I think, tonight. It's a little warm here in Indianapolis. Not hot, but yeah, definitely warm in here. Yeah, the drive, we had very little excitement. The only time anything got interesting was there was this school bus. It wasn't acting as a school bus. It was like somebody converted it. It had like a generator in the back, and it was at its 4 ways on, and everybody was going around it, and I could smell unburnt fuel pretty hard. So I don't know what was wrong with it, but I thought it might be on fire for a second, but it wasn't, I don't think. So anyway, like I was saying, yeah, I'm gonna miss this little van. I got my little light, got my little curtain. Can kind of, it's neat, you can kind of sleep anywhere they let you park overnight and not have to worry about it. So it's a little less to do than the pickup truck with a tent setting up and breaking down. It is a little cramped in here. I don't think I needed to take a lot of this stuff. I ended up kind of not using this. This really didn't get used that much. I think I'm gonna use that once. This battery though has been saving the day for a while. Same for the camping fan. I don't know. I think by the time I end this video, I'll go over a little list of things glad I brought, and some things I probably could have done without. So till later. Yeah, I got 10 hours on the road tomorrow, so I'm gonna hit the hay right now and wake up hopefully pretty early in the morning and be in Delaware by early afternoon, and then I can take a day or two with my brother and his family, and then head on home. It is, what's the date today? September 22nd. I left, what is it, last day of August, so woof. Been on the road by myself for 24 days now. Jesus. Anyway, yeah, good night. Good morning, outdoorsnists. I actually can't remember if I already did this. I don't think so. Yeah, we went a pretty uneventful night in the Cracker Barrel. It was one of the noisier Cracker Barrel parking lots, but I actually slept pretty well. We do got like 10 hours on the road today. It's like maybe 6:30, 7 o'clock, so we're gonna get to it and hopefully be at my brother's house by 5:36 or something like that. Oof, that's a long ways away. So, all right, we got gas, we got some coffee and breakfast, so we're good. So, anyway, let's get on it. Hi, outdoorsnists. I made it to my brother's house. It is 8 o'clock exactly. I don't know, I forgot when I left. In Indianapolis, like 6 o'clock, so whatever the numbers are. Anyway, I'm just gonna rest for a bit because that's a long time to drive. I'll talk more later. All right, outdoorsnists, it's been a couple days at the brother's house. It's time to get on the road. It's Thursday. By another 5 or 6 hours, I should be back home. So. Hey, outdoorsnists, I just crossed the border into Vermont. For some reason, I imagined it'd be daylight when I did this. I don't don't know why. And I also, for some reason, imagined it'd be coming up south from Massachusetts. Again, I don't know why I would have done that. But anyway, here we are. It's good to be back. I don't have a lot of words right now. I've been on the road like 6-7 hours today, so I'm kind of done. So anyway, we're about 7 minutes from home. I've been on the road about a month now, so yeah, I'm ready to get in. More later, but I'm gonna update you on that. Well, hello, outdoorsinists. I just finished more or less cleaning out the road trip van here, and now's as good a time as any to jabber, I think, about the entire trip. All in all, 10 out of 10. It was everything I wanted, pretty much. Well, everything I wanted would have been, you know, like, would have taken like 3 months to see at least, so put a star next to that. It went well. Like, nothing, there were no disasters. I knew there'd probably be a rough day here and there. There were very few, and even the rough days, you know, they were a good experience that I managed to grow from. They weren't the kind of experiences that, you know, you feel a little less than you were before you're done with it. So I don't think I had technically I don't think I had a bad day. I had some that were more enjoyable than others, but you know, all in all, 10 out of 10. Perfect. Could have asked for better. The van held up. I had no breakdowns. Nothing went wrong with anything that was really mission critical. The worst I think we had was the air conditioner stopped blowing cold air after Kansas City, but by then, you know, I only had maybe 3 more days on the road and I could just roll the windows down. It was fine, so no big issues. Just cleaning the thing out, I'm thinking about all the stuff I brought versus what I needed. A lot of it's up there, but I didn't need a lot of the camping supplies. Like, I had this imagination that I was going to do a lot of like the roadside camping like I do up in the Green Mountain National Forest, and we got a lot of that in and where was it? Flagstaff, that forest road. But that was really all the roadside camping we did. It was mostly not trucks, I keep saying truck stops, rest areas and hotel. I did do a little bit more hotel than I thought I would. I did only 3 or 4 hotels, but I did a couple, maybe 2 days. I thought maybe 1 day in a hotel was enough to rest after 3 or 4 days on the road, and I found out now you might want to you might want to relax a little bit longer. I definitely felt it in Los Angeles when we went into San Dimas, I think it was, which has been on the road for days, and Los Angeles is a lot to take in, so I definitely don't regret staying an extra day in that place, or in the other hotels, really, just taking an extra day just to calm down, get stuff sorted, clean up the van, straighten things out, you know, just kind of relax a bit. The rest areas were pretty restful, I'll say that, but man, you're only there to sleep, and it's not much room for anything else back there, so I'll say that. I don't think I needed 14 gallons of water. This is down to, yeah, down to about there. That was all the water from that I needed. That one's completely full. I'm glad I bought these though, because they're gonna make my normal road camping trips a lot nicer, just because I'll have less water bottles to manage. We ended up not needing that, thank God. That was just taken along as out of abundance of caution. Just there's been a couple times I've been on long road trips where I've spent some uncomfortable times, you know, trying to find a place to do that in. And the idea here was, if I'm just somewhere where I absolutely can't do that, I at least got a backup plan. A horrible, horrible backup plan, but thank God it was never necessary. So, what else? It's up there now, but the solar charger for the Jackery battery, I used it once outside Arizona there, but I don't think I needed to use it. I think you can charge that off the alt. I never used the car to charge it. I always waited until I had a hotel room I could just plug it in. But yeah, the battery actually lasted, you know, quite a while. Did everything I needed to do. It powered that little camping fan, that little black fan. That was amazing. I'm very glad I bought that. That made there was a couple nights in the road to getting there where specifically around Texas, I think I wouldn't have been able to stay in that Cracker Barrel parking lot near Dallas. Just that night wouldn't have happened. I would have had to have gotten up and turned on the air conditioner or started driving, or found a hotel or something like that. It was just too hot to sleep. Like I wouldn't have been able to sleep at all. I may have slept as well as I did, frankly. So, oh, what else did we end up not needing? Went through quite a few trash bags, as I recall. Yeah, I don't regret. Nah, didn't need any emergency things like the beacon, the Garmin beacon. Didn't need that. I'm glad I brought it though. There was a couple other like the first aid stuff I didn't actually need. I think I did get a cut on my finger. I put a band-aid on more or less just to, you know, because it was right where I would grab the door there to shut it. And it kept like aggravating it, so that's the only reason I put a band-aid on that. So I don't regret any of that stuff I ended up not needing, but I definitely regret it. What else? I think here. The magnets were definitely a good deal. Yeah, being able to pin the curtain. The curtain was good. Gave some nice privacy into the van. What else? A lot of the, like I said, with the camping gear, a lot of the food, I was just didn't end up using it. I brought a lot of things that were like took more preparation than I really considered, like a lot of the instant things. You put them in water with butter. No, I didn't have any way to refrigerate anything, so yeah, I think if I were to do this again, I'd only bring one of these guys. I still might bring that solar thing just in case I got somewhere and needed energy juice for some whatever reason. I'd still bring the bucket definitely, even though I didn't need it. I probably wouldn't bring a lot of the camping chairs and things like that, just because, you know, I wouldn't plan on using them. As for the food, like if I can't like eat it straight out of the can almost, I don't know if I would have, I don't know if I'd bring it. I think the one like camping meal I did heat up and eat was actually the spaghetti, which is somewhat simple, but yeah, again, unless it's something I can just eat straight out of the bag or the can, I might forego that for a future road trip. The cot, definitely a good idea. The extra padding on the cot, also a good idea. The Whoopee blanket was amazing. That thing, you can use it, you can take it out, and if it's too hot, you can just throw it off. You don't need to mess with it. Sleeping bag, I did end up using that 1 or 2 nights. Got a little colder than expected in some places. I was expecting, you know, heat to be the big issue, and like I said, it was in Dallas, but the night, like in the high desert, the nights get actually pretty chilly. So there was a couple nights where I remember getting up to use a facility and coming back and saying, you know what, it's time for the hoodie and the jeans. So yeah, definitely learned a lot if I were to ever do this again. Let's see, what else did I want to say? It was also just nice seeing different places in the country. Some are prettier than others. You know, you hear about places all the time. You hear all kinds of things in the news from other people, but it's one thing to hear it, it's one thing to read about it, see videos and pictures, but actually going there kind of changes your perspective of it, even if you're only there for a little while. Like, I don't think I was in any one place long enough to really, like, tell you what it's like to be there long term, of course, but, you know, just getting a taste of what other places are like, I think it really just... it doesn't change your perspective of those places so much, but you start looking at where you're from a little bit differently, and these things carry a different weight to them. Like I was driving around here today running some errands, and I don't know what I'd say about the places. The place just feels different, I guess is how to describe it. The other thing, you know, just being on the road by myself without having to go to work for like, what was it, 20 plus days, it just worked as a nice little reset to my routine. I was in a bit of a slump, I think, and now I've got an opportunity to kind of reset, I think, some things. So I'm definitely going to try to make the most of that, be a little more productive. You know, not grind or anything. I'm still going to enjoy my life, but like, yeah, just little things. Like I'd like to do more writing. I'd like to put a little bit more care and time into the videos, things like that, and that nature. Just the other cool thing is, it gave, you know, I think if I air this video when I think I'm going to air it, I'll have, it'll be a couple weeks of just road trip stuff, so it kind of gives me a little bit of a buffer. I can kind of relax. So my goal is to, you know, try to post one video a week. But that can be hard to do when you're like doing nothing but camping and outdoor stuff, because sometimes just, you know, you want a break from that, and sometimes, you know, life just gets in the way of it and it's hard to do. So having that buffer is not going to be bad at all. We just started October. I think October 1st might be like Monday or something like that. Don't quote me, but it's peak fall forage season, so I'm definitely going to be out looking for some mushrooms soon. Maybe not later today. I gotta get everything packed and sorted, but you know, tomorrow's looking pretty good for a mushroom excursion. So what else? I'm gonna kind of miss this van. I think I've said this. It worked perfectly. Like this was plan A, was get some kind of van and use that as a mobile sleeper. Works great if it's just me. If I had to fit someone else in here, I don't know what I don't know what the plan. Probably would have packed way less stuff. I'm not sure how that would work, frankly. There was some idle talk of people coming with me on one of these, but I don't know how we're going to swing that with. We need a bigger van. I don't think a Ford Transit's gonna do it, but no, there's something neat about just kind of having everything in your life contained into the one little place, and that place can move wherever you want to, more or less. You know, there's asterisks next to everything. I don't think this thing has much rough road capability, which is another reason I don't super regret not taking it into the not taking it camping so much, because where I did take it, it was fine, no issues. It could maneuver there perfectly well, but there are some other places I've seen where I don't think I would take this van down. If I did take it down, I don't know how I would get it out. Seeing like directly behind you in this thing is not easy. Also, there's a lot of places where I parked, the parking job I did was with that in mind. There's a lot of people around. None of them care if I run them over for some reason, but fortunately there were no incidents in back into anything, and I did learn how the mirrors kind of go, and I was able to get around just fine with it. But no, I half want to like try to take this out camping just once before I give it back to the owner. But we'll see. I'm kind of thinking maybe my girlfriend wants me around maybe a night or two after, you know, being without me for 3 or 4 weeks. So maybe not. Who knows? What else do we want to talk about? Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like the van thing worked out perfectly. My other plans wouldn't have been so great. I was gonna rent a van if this one didn't work out. It would have been a larger van, but the downsides there would be expensive. Like, I did put some money into this to make it operable again, to pass inspection, but with what the car rental company was going to charge me, it would have been almost double. And then it's a pretty rigid, you take it this day, you bring it back this day kind of thing. So I'd have been under kind of the gun on the time, and that's not even gas prices weren't as bad as I thought they'd be. This thing, it's actually pretty reasonable mileage for a van. I only had to gas it up. Didn't have to gas it up as much as I thought I might. And the cost of gas was not too crazy. I mean, there was this one place, I don't think it made it into a video, but it was going through Arizona. We're on our way between Flagstaff and Los Angeles. I pulled in for gas one place, and it was almost $7 a gallon. I think it was like $6.69, something like that. Very not nice. I'm like, oh man, I hope the rest of the West isn't like this. Fortunately, it got down to about $3.50, a couple cents above $4, which is a lot, but it was manageable. And like I said, you can go pretty far out of tank with this thing. I was impressed by its gas mileage, honestly. What else? Lonely. It got kind of lonely at points. Like, I remember being in, I think, the Redwood Forest and just kind of missing a friend to hike with, because I remember, like, when I hike with him, we chat, jabber, and talk about what we're seeing all the time. I'm just through this, you know, this amazing forest, trees, things like that I've never seen before in my life, and I've pretty much got this camera to tell about it, so. The camera's cool and all, but it doesn't talk back to you. So I did occasionally experience loneliness, and that's okay. That's not a terrible thing to experience for short periods, but man, my heart goes out to anybody who's just incredibly lonely all the time and doesn't have anybody to talk to. That gets mentally pretty tiresome, I'll say that. That being said, I think I did mention this in one of the other videos maybe. There's a freedom in solitude it's kind of nice. You can go anywhere you want, whenever you want, do whatever you need to do whenever you feel like it. You don't have to worry about anybody else's needs and considerations, as you would when you're with someone, rightly so. Just when you're by yourself, you know, okay, I want to sleep here today. I want to go there. No, I want to go another 2 hours. I want to stop here, check this out. I want to take a little time here. I don't want to take time there. You don't have to think about anyone else's needs but your own. Which again, there's a freedom to that, but you know, it does come at the price of being a little lonely sometimes. So it was an interesting experience. Definitely gave me a lot to chew on mentally. So, as for why I did this, I was thinking along, like leading up to it, I was thinking, oh, maybe I should try to explain to myself and others why I decided to, you know, go on a 30-day road trip by myself, just tooling around the country. Fun, it's fun, I like doing stuff like this. It's just, you know, gets you out of the daily grind. Something interesting to talk to other people about. There's all the normal reasons, you know, to see the cool things that everybody talks about all the time. The cities, the attractions, the parks, the animals, the plants, the people, all that stuff. I mean, it's just inherently interesting to do things like that. So, you know, I hadn't been out of New England in a long time since that little bug was going around. You know, I just haven't done a lot of traveling, just got out of the habit. Never really was a big traveler anyway. But it just occurred to me one day, you know, I don't really leave New England hardly ever for any reason, or I don't leave the Northeast. And I think it'd be a shame if I got too old to travel that much, never having left that region and seen other things. So, yeah, the other thing is I'm going to turn 40 this year, which I kind of, what annoys me is how psychologically we let things like that bother us. Like, it really shouldn't be a big deal getting older. I mean, it sucks you're gonna get old and die someday, but like, the alternative is, you know, you get cut off early. So that, I never understood well, I understand it, but I always thought it was a shame people get so bent out of shape over getting older. I mean, maybe I'll have different thoughts when I'm like 80 or something, but yeah, no, some of it was, you know, just getting to leave my young man stage and becoming a, you know, middle-aged person. Just wanted to do something and see something different, you know, get out of the town a little bit, stretch my legs, see different, kind of a birthday present to myself. This wasn't the most expensive vacation you could come up with by any means, but like, it also didn't cost nothing, so it was kind of just a birthday present to myself in many ways. What other reasons? Yeah, I read some books a while ago that kind of implied that your brain sort of makes a decision on an emotional level, and then the part of your brain that thinks kicks in to justify what happened. So that's kind of why I said I'll think about why I did this when I get back. And I've been thinking about it. I'm no closer to. I don't think we need a why. You know, I don't. Why not? Why not do it? I don't know. It was fun. I don't know, I'm running out of babbling now. I would like to thank a couple different people. I don't know if they want their names on YouTube, so I'll just refer to them very vaguely. One, the owner of this van, Vicky Squatch. This trip would be very different without the use of this van. It met all of the needs and desires and wants I had for the trip. Met them all. All I had to do was put some money into it to make it runnable and make sure it came back in roughly the same condition it left in. And yeah, this trip would look very differently and probably would suck a lot more if it hadn't been for her and her generosity. So thank you, Vicky. Who else? I'd like to thank my entire family for everything they did for me to get this going. I got a very generous birthday present last year from someone, Bro Squatch, who kind of, you know, took some of the pinch out of this. The folks, they bought me one of the safety devices. For such a little thing, you wouldn't think it would cost that much. But I was kind of on the fence about it. I was like, I don't know if I'm going anywhere where I'll need that, which means you know, I've already spent quite a bit on the van, so I said maybe I'm not going to do that. But then they went and they just got out and bought it. So, well, the neat thing is I can take that in my other excursions too, because you know we do backcountry hiking and we go a lot of places where there's no cell service. So that that's the other cool thing is a lot of the expenses for this trip I don't have to make again. You know, if I wanted to do this trip again, I wouldn't have to, you know, buy new water jugs or a new bucket or a solar panel or anything like that. I already have it. And, you know, I could use that stuff for future trips and, you know, maybe when the power goes out, stuff like that. So, yeah, everything pretty much had it. Nothing was really one shot. So, that's kind of nice. Got to thank my girlfriend for being the kind of girlfriend who doesn't have a problem with her guy going away for a month. You know, we've been together 24 years now, I think. So, we tend to be cool with each other like that. But, you know, gentlemen, not all ladies are like that. So if you get one like that, you do what you can for her, you know. Oh, who else? I'm probably forgetting some people, but yeah, no, anybody who gave me any support and encouragement, thank you. This was, you know, this isn't the wildest thing anyone's ever done. People do stuff like this all the time. Nothing bad happens, but, you know, there was a non-zero chance this could have ended in disaster. It would have been a bad idea. If I'd planned poorly or something like that. But oh, I should probably thank my job. I'm not going to bring my job into this channel too much, but you know, they know who they are. I want to thank them for working with me on this. There are not many places that will let you take that much vacation time at once, frankly. And my line of work, that's also a very difficult thing to do. It's a big ask. So I'm very happy they let me do it. So definitely thanks to them. Who else? Yeah, thanks to that lady who helped me at the Griffiths Observatory take my selfies. I could not stand getting near the edge of that thing. And someone finally saw me struggling with it and I think took video of me. So, I forget her name now. I think I mentioned in the video, I didn't get it wrong. I've got a memory like a sieve for names. So thanks to whoever that was. Who else? Anybody? If I'm forgetting you, let me know in the comments. Yeah, no, thanks to everybody who supported me in doing this in any way. I hope you've enjoyed all these videos. Like I said, we're about to start fall mushroom foraging season, so I hope to do a lot of that and hopefully get in some more camping before it gets too cold. So, anyway, with all that being said, I think that is the video. Like and subscribe, and I'll keep doing these as long as I can. And I'll keep doing them as long as I feel like doing them, I guess.